Hi there, this is Camilla again from Red Queen Creative, and we're continuing with the social media series. Well, this is part 4, the difference between Facebook and Twitter. So the reason that we're doing this, that I decided to do this post, is because there are a lot of online social media platforms out there to choose from today. And it can be difficult and a little bit overwhelming for especially people new to this kind of communication to know, the difference between the different platforms and what they're used for and how best to use them. So in this one we're going to talk about Facebook and Twitter a little bit more in depth because those are the most common social media platforms. And we'll also talk about some other ones at the end, some of the more common ones anyways. So the main difference between Facebook and Twitter is Facebook was created more for to create communities and more for entertainment purposes. Reconnect with long lost friends, coworkers, have more conversation kind of pieces on there. While Twitter is more just you can get great news feed almost, or short little micro blogging. It's called posts. So, for example, if you want to read a newspaper article or you want to find links to newspaper articles easily, you'd go to Twitter. If you want to talk about an already posted news piece, then you'd go to Facebook and have more of a continuous conversation. So with that in mind, how do you use the two platforms most effectively? Well, I guess the answer to that question would be to use them for what they do best. Many people talk about using programs such as TweetDeck or Ping. It used to be called Ping FM, now it's called Seesmic, I think. And those programs are basically just where you can use one place and post one post simultaneously everywhere across all your platforms. Although you can do this sometimes, in some cases this is a good idea, and we do talk about it I'll talk about it in a future post. I would recommend, though, in general, to just not do that. It takes a couple extra seconds to go through and post each on separate sites, but there's some really good reasons why, and I'll give you those reasons now. Mass posts that come from one place and people can see it. It's like via Hootsuite or via TweetDeck or whatever. It just tends to look like not a lot of time or thought was put into it. They're like kind of look spammy, and people can tell that. So if they can see that and they can think that, then you might not want to look like that. You want to look like you're actually putting thought into your time into your posts. Another reason is on Facebook, you have the luxury of using a lot more characters than you do on Twitter. So, and you can also like tag people in posts. They have little things like if they're on your Facebook page or group or whatever, you can actually put an @ in front and tag those organizations and posts, which is a great way to spread your company, because those posts can, not always, because some groups have limitations, but they do often show up on other pages' news feeds as well. So it gives you opportunity to really spread the word about your company more. And on Twitter, if you post separately, you can actually direct message somebody in a post, but you can't. You could do it on one of those programs, but then that'll show up on all your other platforms too. And I've seen some people get annoyed when they see things like hashtags and @ put on Facebook posts. So yeah, these are just some reasons that you might want to take the extra couple seconds. It really doesn't take that much longer, and it just kind of makes your posts more fitting and more effective for each site that you're posting on. So there are other ways that Facebook and Twitter vary. What I mentioned before is just, a pretty brief description. Some other ways that they differ in their advertising options and the metrics that can be used to measure the effectiveness of advertising campaigns. We'll discuss that in future blog as well, so just keep your eye out for that. Before I briefly go into some of the other more common platforms, I just want to point out something. You'll hear people go Twitter versus Facebook. Some people really like one over the other. I think honestly there is really they're both equal. They're just used for different things. So just try and keep that in mind when you're setting up your campaigns. If you want a list of pros and cons of Facebook and Twitter, it's actually a really useful list. You can visit www.twitip.com, and it's actually this post will be on our Red Queen blog on my site, redqueencreative.com, so you can find our blog on that site, and you can find that link directly on there to make it a little bit easier for you. So one of the other more common social media platforms is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is unlike any other social media platform. It's specifically only used for professional networking opportunities. It's not like Facebook or Twitter where it's a little bit more casual. Here on LinkedIn, you only post your academic and professional credentials. A lot of headhunters go on here. You can connect with current and previous employers, coworkers. You can search for business opportunities. So it's very specific. So the ways that you can use LinkedIn, I would say definitely keep it much more professional when you're doing things on LinkedIn. You do have the option to link from your Twitter or your Facebook posts directly to your LinkedIn, which can make it a little bit easier. But it really just depends on, like I said before, you kind of want to make stuff a little bit more tailored to each social media platform. So whether you do it or not is up to you. It just depends, I guess, on what you're posting and what you kind of want to get across. LinkedIn also has company pages and company groups that can be very useful for gaining followers, kind of like Facebook groups. So that's another way. YouTube is another popular platform. It's a video sharing website. I'm sure you know about it. It has become the second highest search engine behind Google. So it's one of the first places people go to find out information on topics. It's great for how-to videos. You post anything that's how-to, you can really become like an expert in your field. And you can also you can try to make viral videos. That's a little bit harder, but if you're creative and fun with it, you never know what might become viral and spread the word about your company or organization. YouTube's also a really good way to increase your social media traffic, and it can increase hits as soon as you post videos on Facebook or, well, mostly Facebook because Twitter you have to link to it, but you'll see tons more traffic, and you'll see tons more on your website too. A video, any professional will recommend putting a video on your website, preferably on the homepage. It does increase traffic greatly because it's such a big search engine. Another one is Google+. This is, obviously Google's social networking creation. I don't really know how effective it's been. I haven't heard a lot about how great this is as an option. So although a lot of people are using it, I don't think it should be on the top of your list of campaigns to set up, just because it's just not as popular as the other ones. I would say YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook before doing your Google+. But you can set up your Google+, and it can be kind of cool. There are some services that it offers. You can do like put your contacts into different circles, so your postings only go to certain people in certain parts of your Google+ account, things like that. You can do video chats and stuff. So it can be interesting. Just check it out. I mean, you can just go onto Google+ and surf around yourself and check it out. So that's it for the difference between Facebook and Twitter and some other social media posts. I hope that this has been useful for you. If you have any questions, of course, just contact me. The website again is www.redqueencreative.com. Thanks.